My name is Fernando Ruiz, and I have been an artist and writer in comics for 22 years. Drawn Archie comics, Dynamite comics, and now I'm doing Die Kitty Die with my co-creator Dan Parent.
Awesome. So, Archie, iconic.
Yep.
How did that come about? Was that kind of your first work?
It was. I was a student at the Kubert School. And one of the things that the school does is they invite all the different comic book companies to the school. And one of the companies that came to the school was Archie. And they looked at my portfolio and they liked what I could do, so I was very fortunate they hired me right out of school. So I graduated and I started working right away.
Awesome. So from the perspective of, like in music, you kind of get, if you're Latino, you get categorized reggaeton, salsa, one of those genres, right?
Right.
You know, you have you have a Latino that does hip hop that does it in English, and they're still kind of moved over to the side as Latino artists. From the perspective of being a Latino and being an artist, like how does that, was there any kind of barriers from the community of drawing comic books? Or because you weren't really seen and your work was, it was kind of a different story?
You know, there was almost like no barriers at all, you know.
I'll be right back. He's going to grab the person.
If anything, there have been a couple of times when I'd been asked, you know, to come up with Latino characters for Archie, you know. So, but other than that, it really made no difference whatsoever, or was any sort of obstacle.
I see. Was there one, let's say, storyline in particular that you were like, I don't get it, like I don't really want to draw this book?
There've been a lot of those, but you know, the paycheck is a big motivator, so
that counts.
That makes me want to do it.
Gotcha. So let's say on the flip side though, what's one of the storylines that you know, you read it? Because I'm assuming you read the storyline before you draw the pieces,
read
right?
the script
so
first.
you read it and you're like, this is phenomenal. I have so many ideas that I can do with this.
I mean, there have been a lot of bad ones, but there have been a lot of good ones too, a lot of great ones too. So, you know, one of my favorites was Archie versus Predator.
Really?
Yeah, where Archie fights the Predator, you know, the one from the movies. Another one was Archie, the man from Riverdale. This one right here.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, this is it.
Awesome.
Where he's a spy, you know, and it was a sort of a revival of an old 1960s Archie series, Archie, the man from Riverdale. And this was really one of my most favorite things to do. And I was a regular penciler on Archie's Weird Mysteries, which was one of my favorites. It was based on a cartoon that's still shown in some parts of the world. And that was a lot of fun too.
Great. So let's forward a little bit, and now you have a new comic coming out. Can you tell us a little about that? Do you have the cover here, or you have the book?
Yes, right here. This is our new project I'm working on with a fellow Archie artist, Dan Parent. That's it.
Hello.
So Dan and I, after many years of working at Archie Comics together, we decided, you know, let's work on something. So we came up with this series called Die Kitty Die, which is about a young witch who's the star of her own comic book, and her publisher wants to increase the sales of the comic book by killing her off.
Oh.
So he hires a lot of different comic book characters to try and kill her off. So that's what the book is about. We did a Kickstarter for the first series, and it went over very well. So we've been picked up by Chapter House Comics, who's putting the book in stores now.
Is there a little bit of a lull?
And now we're doing a Kickstarter for the second series, and it started.
Go for half an hour. Yeah. All right.
It started the first day of the convention. So anybody who bids during the convention, they get a free Die Kitty Die New York Comic Con convention exclusive.
I know, it probably looks like me. I know.
So this is going on now.
How's it going?
And people can go to diekittydi.com and
pick
get
up
all
the
the
book now?
information. Yep.
Can I sign it?
Oh yeah, you can certainly get the hardcover now from diekittydi.com.
Oh.
Or you can go to my personal website, FernandoRuizEverybody.com, and see my work, read about me, and get the book.
I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.